This playthrough of Final Fantasy XII The Zodiac Age will contain profanity, profound statements, and lots of spoilers. I suggest only viewing if you are mature enough. Welcome to this episode of Final Fantasy XII. I've gone ahead and gone to the licenses, just upping the health if I can, or I gave Balthi a Martyr, which I think is worth it, considering all the other options. I didn't feel like increasing magic stat would be worth it, and I've tried to get as close as I can to Fran starting to get the HP, which what I should do, actually I'll double check if I have it, only because I don't think I do. I do have a spare one, so what I should do is give it to this guy, just to up his health a little bit, even though Fran is probably a better, probably needs it more, I should say. As you can see, Vaughn actually does have a fair bit of HP. And like I said before, in the previous episode, we are going to take on a boss. This boss isn't particularly hard. Honestly, I'm just going to say he. But, look at that. Hey, horsey, what are you doing? So this is I think the classification is Mistmare. So if I just pause it, we got Fire Main, weak to water. But I don't have any sort of techniques or anything that could actually, that's actually alright. Honestly, I wasn't expecting that. But yeah, there's nothing I can really do when it comes to this. I'll take you on, son. Like, there's no real reason to grind, so to speak, because it isn't really that strong. That's his super move, by the way. So it's sort of like a quickening or a limit or an overdrive. It's essentially what makes this boss unique. The only annoying thing about it is he actually poisons the shit out of everybody, which isn't the biggest deal, but at the same time it's like, of all the things you want to do, is you want to poison me. It's like, if you're struggling with this, my suggestion is to grind a little bit, just put it on ×4 and run around. There's no real loss to, I don't know, trying to just grind a little bit. You probably only need to be about level 6. Look at those combos. I do think he's gonna do bushfire again. Look at that. So he's, yeah, I think we're doing really quite well. Not exactly the most exciting fight, but oh, look at that. I sort of don't want him to take his attention away from. He's probably gonna do it again. Yeah, he's gonna do bushfire again. What I don't understand is, this guy chose a sewer to, oh shit, just because I don't really want her, in such a bad place. Yeah, it's a case of, why would a fire horse come down to the sewers? I don't understand, it's a bit odd. So I definitely could have had that at ×4, but I sort of didn't want to. I feel as having bosses at ×4 is probably the wrong way to go about it, unless you're like super prepared.
Stand where you are!
Now's not the time.
The thing that's got me a little bit is, why did the Akkadian soldiers actually send the fireman down there, or
Is that what the commotion last night was about?
They think me some common thief.
Better than a common assassin.
These people have done nothing. Release them.
What are you doing?
Don't interrupt me. I'm thinking.
Burn.
Wait!
Where'd
He
you
didn't
think
know
you
what he
were
was
going?
doing! You have to let him go! You have to!
Canelo! Sorry. That dinner will have to wait.
I told you.
That's enough!
Ah!
Oh, fucking get wrecked.
Hold on to this for me, would you? Just until I bring Vaughn back.
On your feet, you over here.
All right. Edgy, aren't we?
It's Paul Fear, my brother.
What does that philanderer think he's doing? I was to kill Balthier, not those addle-pated Imperials.
Man, I think it's Begam. That guy is super annoying. Super annoying. The thing is, I probably won't be strong enough to be able to beat them either. Which will come up, not in this episode, but probably the next one.
I brought you some of those flowers you like. Galbana lilies. Remember? You always said how they smelled nice, and how pretty they were. Remember? The king. Did you? Were you really a part of it? Even if you were, Captain Bosch must have tricked you into it.
I really don't understand the symbolism for that ring or the necklace. Ooh, look at that.
You're awake?
Where are we?
Prison, where else? More a dungeon, but it's really all the same. Relax, it's just a corpse. Jump at every little thing down here and you'll wear yourself out. It's not even a proper dungeon. They just sealed off the bottom level of the fortress. Take a look around. We're not the first they've thrown down here.
Where's Fran?
She's off trying to find us a way out. Remember what curiosity killed? Just a friendly word of advice. This is all the water we've got. I'd save your strength if I were you.
Definitely not the friendliest place. The thing that's got me a little beat is, at least from my understanding of prisons. Look at that. What was I? Treasure. Yeah, look at that. Made myself some money. What was I saying? Yeah, at least from my experience with prisons, I think we meet this guy again. I think I'm pretty sure we meet this guy again. It's a case of there is drugs and what have you in there, so it's like this seems really seems really weird as a prison. Prison with no drugs? What do they think this is? And the other thing that's really got me beat is there's no Mughals in here. Or I know there's Sikhs. You see them in a little bit, that's for sure. Take my advice, stay out of there. You know what, buddy? I'm just not going to do it. I'd make my own way.
No, don't! He was defenseless.
You are kid.
Get wrecked. Just how I like my cage fights. So much bacon.
Something stinks in here, all right? I've changed my mind. This is no dungeon, it's a sty. I said you're the one that stinks, Hamshanks. Hear me now? You all right, Vaughn?
The thing that gets me about this is a lot of Sikhs in this game can actually let's get Galito. Oh, let's take ×4 off. I don't even, that's such a bad idea. I answered it, eh? Glitch. Yeah, it's a case of the Sikhs can speak in like heaps of places, yet when it comes to here, only potions. Stuff that off. Let's take Galito down. So this is probably one of the magics of what do you call it? of fast speed. You can get meaningless fights over so quickly.
That's a fresh one, that.
Not faces I'd seen before.
Ready?
Great. They just don't give up, do they? Now is looking like a good time for us to leave.
They didn't make a great effort on her
Through the
feet.
oubliette, there's a way out. Only...
Only you sense the mist. Then we'll need weapons.
What did you call me? Say that again.
What? You couldn't hear? I merely said that a lot of you are incompetent fools. If you've the Sky Pirate in your hands, where is he?
You'd have done better, Bagamnon. By your own words, it was the Imperial Army who caught this Sky Pirate of yours. We've done your job for you. We don't require the assistance of filthy headhunters. The Empire will restore order here.
Eh? What's that you say now? Maybe I'll wet my blade on you before I kill Balthier.
That's enough, Bagamnon.
A judge.
Judge?
The self-proclaimed guardians of law and order in Arcadia. They're the elite guard of House Solidor, which effectively makes them the commanders of the Imperial Army.
And they have good theme music.
If you ask me, they're more executioners than judges. Not a friendly lot, at any rate.
That
What
lip
are they doing
syncing.
here?
That lip syncing was so bad.
The Emperor is willing to overlook race for his more talented servants. However, those that do not show respect will receive none in kind.
Your
You
Honor.
travel freely through our lands because the Emperor wills it. Am I correct? Where is the captain?
We have him in solitary, Your Honor. We're ready to begin our interrogation.
This does not concern you, bounty hunter.
He's in here somewhere. Find him.
Wedgie, that way!
Bwuggy. Such a good name.
Time for the hare to follow the fox.
The magics binding the door to the oubliette are quite strong. Too strong even for my talents.
That's why we'll get them to open it for us.
How is going deeper into this
What's
place?
wrong? You don't trust her? Fiera's noses are sharp. If she says there's a way out, there's a way out.
So you probably noticed that straight after those fights, the cutscenes, Vaughn has no bloody face.
Look,
Ah, the prison repository of rested relics and raiments.
So our things are in here?
That's what I said.
Look at that. So it's probably one of the more disappointing things. That being, like, your outfit doesn't change with your armor. So one of the things you probably notice is I'm not actually going for at least what would have looked like the Zodiac Spear. Not worth it, but let's change that so she can equip the Orochia. Just because it gives a little bit more defense. That's the only reason why I want to equip her with it. Can't really complain when you have a little bit more defense and a little bit more HP. That's for sure. Slow down. If you go to save your game, it actually says that it's at a point where you can't sort of back travel. So it's a case of it's sort of risky to save at this point, which is something nice. But at the same point, it doesn't tell you when you get into those areas until you've gotten in those areas. This is one of those points where you
down here.
can't avoid the fight, so there's no real point to
of chains. Let's
just running away. You might as well just kill everything you see. You're not going to run from them. Yeah, look at that. They don't really give you much, and they don't really make it worth it either. It's just a case of... Look at that blade. That's awesome. That... Ugh. ×4. So annoying. That's the only downside of using ×4 is trying to navigate... oh, so good. Certain areas just becomes a real hassle when it comes to turning sharp corners. We're probably going to get potentially wrecked here. So, I'm hoping that if you've played this game before, you understand weapon types. If you don't, not config. It's in the clan primer under, I think it's Arm Myself. And it tells you all about the weapons when it comes to how they attack, what increases their damage, and so on and so forth. So for example, if you if your weapon is a function of attack, there's no point trying to increase your magical power to try and do damage, etc, etc. Some weapons obviously are affected by different things, so it's a case of go into a fight knowing what weapon you want to use beforehand. Or even what your playstyle is. So if you'd rather more HP, go light armor. If you want more defense and more attack, go heavy. More magic and magic resist, you probably want magic armor. Look at that. And by that I mean everybody knows what they're looking at. Everyone's the same, I'm afraid.
You have grown very thin, Bosch. Less than a shadow, less than a man. Sentenced to death, and yet you live? Why?
To silence Hondor. How many times must I say it?
Is that all?
Why not ask Vayne himself? Is he not one of your masters?
We've caught a leader of the insurgents. She's being brought from Rabanasta, the woman Amalia. Who could that be? Such a faithful hound to cling so to a fallen kingdom.
Better than throwing it away.
Throwing it away, as you threw away our homeland?
Who's there?
This the place?
The mist is flowing through this room. It must be going somewhere.
You know Imperials. Please, you must get me out.
It's against my policy to speak with the dead, especially when they happen to be Kingslayers.
I did not kill him.
Is that so? Huh. Glad to hear it.
Please, get me out. For the sake of Dalmasca.
Dalmasca? What do you care about Dalmasca? Everything that's happened is because of you! Everyone that's died, every single one. Even my brother. You killed my brother!
Quiet! The guards will hear.
I'm dropping it.
Pirates without a sky.
Oh, that makes me shudder. That makes me shudder so much. It's not that I have a fear of heights, I have a fear of falling. Look at that man. He is
Spare us your quiddities.
Yeah, but he's
A traitor, I know. Stay here and fight if you want. If you can walk, let's go.
You're taking him with us?
We could use another sword arm.
And you have it.
Got Bosch. We are now in the Bahim? Bahim? So Bosch is one of my favorite characters in this story. Just look at that man. He is absolutely wrecked. Look at those back and shoulders, man. Oh, he is decimated. But that's alright. We care not that he was a Kingslayer. Oh, so much gil. It's exactly what we needed. Well, sorta. It's sorta exactly what we needed. Only because I just want to regain the MP. What am I doing? What? Press the switch. So this, I mean, apart from the fact that I guess it's not working, let's have a look. The fuse is blown. It would explain why there is no power reacting to the switch. If the wiring is an indication, I'd say this is a central power relay of sorts. As it stands, I doubt we'll find much still running down here. There's one thing that I've never actually done, is I've never actually been down here and let the power drop to such a low percentage. Let's try the switch. Nothing happens. Awesome. I talked to this guy. He says don't get many visitors, but he'll give us the tube. That's not what I want to deal with him, because he can actually sell us some good shit. Sorta. Capella is probably a good idea. Cyrus Poe. Ooh. I doubt there's anything, yeah, Kotetsu, that I can give to that guy. It's a case of, should I buy the Capella? Maybe I should even get better armor. Or that is not a bad idea, getting one of those, but you get one anyway. Phoenix Downs, we got the spells. And Gambits. I'll get the Gambits another time. But I'm gonna get the spells because I know I'm gonna need them. At least these two. Yeah, I'm still... You know what? Solely because I have the money, I think I might give Fran the Capella. If for no other reason, then gonna need another one of these. That's a little annoying that we need another one of them. I don't really feel like giving anyone better gear. Yeah. You know what? I'm not gonna give him better gear just yet. Dagger, Bowgun, Capella. That's right, I did get a Bowgun. Oh, that is... I feel as I got lucky with that drop. Fly's not worth it. Blah blah blah. Equip Fran with the Capella. So she's probably going to do more damage than good old Barthea, but I probably shouldn't have done it, just because it seems like a bad idea, and I'm probably going to pay for that mistake. But, ah well, should be right. So unlike a lot of parts in this game, you've got the charge, well, you've got a gauge, right? A gauge like the charge mechanic, where essentially as things happen, and in this particular case, the power is going to go down every time you do something. And we don't want it to hit 0. I've never let it hit 0. I'm actually really tempted to let it hit 0 just for argument's sake. But I'm assuming that if I did... yeah, he just says... Oh... Yeah, the nasties come out when it's completely pitch black. And I'm not really sure if I want to take them on. Just because I really don't like taking on the undead.
Hey, who turned out the lights? One of those?
I've heard of these. Mimics. They disguise themselves as all manner of things, then strike when you're least wary. Some of them have a fondness for energy, I'm told. They gorge themselves on the stuff till there's naught left.
So, what happens then?
The maggots.
Lights out, and it's worse in the dark. Much worse. So, let them get too close to one of those conduits, and they'll suck it dry. But don't worry, it'll give the energy back if you ask nicely. Sticking it with a sword helps too. Clock's ticking.
If we had magic, I'd say this would probably be pretty easy. Yeah, so the zombies come out in the dark. So, it's probably not advisable to, yeah, just let the zombies come out. It's not like they're super strong, but still I don't really want to face them. Oh, she's doing so much more damage. I like that. That's awesome. Sort of going to need it, because we are going to verse a boss at the end of this area. The Mimic Queen. I have no idea what the Mimic Queen's weak to, but she does summon a hell of a lot of little mimics. That's... And... look at that combat log. Bloody bad guys. Bloody bad guys. Actually, I want to see what they have. Iron scraps is not really worth it. They can discharge, but it's not really that bad. One of the things you may have noticed yet, and that is guns can't combo. Be super wary of that, because it's sort of like a double-edged sword. Guns are super awesome, but they are weak to two things. Well, they don't excel in two areas. The first, obviously, is they can't combo. The second thing that makes them, I would say, a little bit on the weak side is the simple fact is they can't take on lands. Yeah, there's nothing a gun can do to a flan. It just doesn't work. Awesome. I am sort of looking for treasure chests at the same time. Ooh, look at that. This area is pretty cool. I will come back here later in the game. It's not like it's particularly dangerous either. For the most part, this place is pretty cut and dry. There's nothing that makes it super difficult, and I don't think that any rare games spawn in this corridor in particular, or this main area, so it's not like there's anything to really worry about. Yeah, what's his name? Barsh doesn't do very much damage solely because he doesn't have a weapon equipped. So he becomes like a serious liability here. Awesome. Antidote. Ugh, I've got nothing good out of some chests. I mean, I could equip the diamond amulet, which I should actually make an effort. They sort of had to make it hard to get to it though. You know what, we'll give it to Balthia, which is probably a super bad idea, because I'd rather move around as Van. But, why not? Diamond amulet. Let's run around as Balthia, even though I don't approve at all. You don't really want your, in this case, your mage to be on the front line. It's just not a really smart idea. That's why I like... I should have equipped it on Vane. Not Vane. Varn. Not of Rust. You also have a tendency to get the shittest items from it too. That's the only real downside to equipping the diamond amulet. Map of the Barheim? Yeah, Passage. I'm gonna get that name wrong so many times. Oh. Oh, look at that. Actually, I think we are progressing rather smoothly through this area, honestly. I will definitely make it to killing the boss, not of Rust, of this area before we before the end of the episode. Do I want to go that way? I feel that's a super bad idea. Yeah, let's not say we did. We'll go this way. There's this game does one thing really, really well, and that is it rewards people who go looking for things. That's for sure. What are we going? There's a right here. Not a rust. Battle harness. That is actually really, really good. I'm pretty sure that allows you to counter. Yeah, that's actually a really good thing. License is fun. Battle harness. So that's not too far away. So I'm actually pretty happy with that. And I know Bran is now super fortunate because she is now going to run into all the HP section of this particular tree, which I'm pretty happy with, honestly. Which makes her, I wouldn't be like it makes her super useful, it just makes her durable, I should say. Awesome iron scraps. What a rust. I'm actually really annoyed that I haven't been too particularly lucky with the chests. Joyous Soundwave. That's a healing move, but I think all bats of any description can use it. It's super annoying though. Look at that. Would you look at that? So we're gonna now have to open that gate. Pretty easy, just walking through here. This direction. If you take a look at the enemies, if I had something that I could use, I would. Guns are not the way to go. Use fire. Fire is the fastest way to kill them. That's for sure. Frano. Yeah, it's super annoying that I sort of have to rely on what do you call it? Magic in such a way. I should clarify what I mean. As in, you only have access to a limited amount. No, you only have a limited access to magic at the start of the game. So putting an enemy that's like super high defense, and then obviously because I decided to equip a gun on a better weapon on Fran, which just happened to be a gun. It's not exactly ideal. Oh, look at that. Look at that damage. That is so hard. Awesome. You may have noticed that I'm constantly changing the speed. It's solely a case of I can actually just fight this whole thing in slow at fast speed if I want, but it's a case of if I do, I stand a chance to put myself in a bad position. Not there just yet. We'll go up top. I don't think there's any fool's facades here. I think it's a bomb. Let's kill it just because we can. They're not particularly friendly, and they do blow up like they did in previous games, especially after an extended period of time, which makes them super annoying. But at the same time, it's sort of like a challenge. That is so annoying. It's actually just continuously feeding off the conduit, which is giving it, what do you call it? It's just healing it, that's all it is. I don't exactly have the gambits required to pull off certain shenanigans, which is what I would be doing if I was a little bit more prepared for the flanks. Is this where I want to go? I don't think it is, but at the same time... Yeah. One of the things you may have noticed that I had to buy that ammunition. Damn it. One of the big downsides to normal weapons in this game is ammunition adds it adds probably one of the best effects to your weapons. So like you can choose an element, or you could have or a particular effect. So a lot of the bombs have effects that are like status effects, whereas a lot of the arrows or ammunitions have a lot of elemental effects. And so the coolest part about the guns and the bow and arrows and what else? The bombs and what do you call it? I think it's the crossbows. They all have really, really good versatility. Really good versatility. That makes no sense. They are versatile, which makes them really, really good weapon choices. So an example is you got something silent shot, which allows your gun to reflect silence, right? That sort of annoys. Well, it's not that annoys. It's really effective against all enemies. Whereas, say, if you were to say equip Dark Shot and you do it against an undead, the undead is probably going to heal from it. So, as much as they are really effective, if you don't use them properly, you just get what's the better word? It's like a double-edged sword, which is why I really, really like them. Whereas most of the regular weapons in this game don't have elemental affinities. In fact, very few weapons have elemental affinities at all. I think you've got a few swords like your Ice Brand and your Flame Tongue, and you've got Excalibur, Wormhero Blade, Yagyu Darkblade is dark, Holy Spear is obviously holy, but there aren't that many weapons that have the elements. Whereas if you take a look at the ammunition themselves, there's more ammunition that have effects and elemental effects than there are other weapons. Which is what did I do? There we go. Which is why, depending on the situation, guns and bombs and whatnot can be significantly more effective. It depends on your playstyle too. For example, like Dark Shot is particularly good against one. Is it one super boss? Yeah, one super boss, Yasmat. Whereas if you verse it against the weaker super boss before it, which is I've gone the wrong way. Hellworm. Hellworm absorbs dark, whereas Yasmat heals. Yasmat's weak to it. Hellworm absorbs it, and so it's a case of where do I want to go? I want to go down the stairs. That's right. Bloody flans, man. Oh, they annoy the crap out of me. It's a case of pick your battles wisely. Whereas with the swords, it's like there's no real strategy to it. I have no idea what I just did there. I want to attack that one, because that one's gonna blow. There's a chest. Oh shit! I knew that was coming. Knew that was covered so badly. I'm pretty sure we have Phoenix down. Yeah, I was sort of afraid for a second there that was going to happen, and then I was like, yeah, it's bound to happen. Awesome. Not of Rust. I'm a little annoyed equipping this Diamond Amulet. I don't feel as if it's working as well as I want it to. Licenses. I don't think you have enough for Last Stand yet. But you have enough to... have I got... I know I don't usually do it. But what I will do is I'm actually going to get some of the Gambit slots. Not because I think they're super amazing, but because he has access to different spells. It's a case of I sort of want to set him up so that he can use different spells, whereas Fran and Vaughn don't really have that. Well, Thea. What have we got? You want... any It's a poor substitute, but blind and I don't really need box, so I'm not gonna equip it. I don't want to do that. Poisoner. Saves me having to think about it later. Which, even then, I doubt. I don't even worry about it. Ugh. Nope, not thunder. I know they're weak to damn it. Gets. That's awesome. Yeah, that's better. I don't think I did particularly well though, honestly. I think I handled that whole section pretty poorly.
Mist seethes.
It reeks. Something's close. Nice moves there, Captain.
You mean traitor?
So they say. But I didn't see him kill anyone.
My brother did.
Rex. He said he had a brother 2 years younger. I see. He meant you. Your brother. What became of...
He's dead.
I'm sorry.
It was you who killed him.
I give you my word. That was not the way of it.
Rex, sir. My name's Rex. All I have left, sir. He's 2 years younger than I.
It's time boxed. Save the discussion for later.
We found them! But if we arrive after he signed the treaty... Sir, we have little time. You must go to the tank.
Feared. They're slowing us down.
Captain Ivalice and for my parents. Captain, why? Our king, have you done?
His Majesty was a traitor.
A twin brother. Fancy that. But still, the pieces fit, I'll give you that much. And he did look like you.
I don't believe you.
Of course not. It was my fault that Rex was there. I am sorry.
My brother, he trusted you. He trusted you and he lost everything. How can I believe you?
Not me, then. Believe in your brother. He was a fine soldier. He fought to the last to protect his homeland. Now, surely he fought to protect his brother.
You don't know anything!
Believe what you want to. Whatever it takes to make you happy. What's done is done.
If you take a look at Balthea's bio, he actually is 22 years of age. Can actually cook last stand. Oh yeah, that's awesome. And so it's a case of he seems very mature for a 22-year-old. But nah, more to the point, I don't understand that scene for a very good reason, and that is... Oh, shite. I should have seen that coming. And that is, you actually got to see... what's his name? Gabranth, Barsha's brother, in that in the area before you came to the Bahim passage. So it's a case of Vaughn would have even seen him. So how would he not even have you know what I mean? Like, it's a case of he was even looking in the same direction, man. Like, bloody Vaughn being a lazy shit. Nah, it's not that bad. That one's gonna flee. Nope. That's super convenient. Potion. Gil. Stuff it, I'm going back to Vaughn being up front. Money, which I don't think I need at this point. What else we got? We got this bad guy. Awesome. Bloody regen. That is super convenient that she's level 9. I mean, it's not really the worst thing that's ever happened. Oh, look at that. Okay, so that's one thing I want to see. Can he equip stuff? So is it just rods? I think... No, it must only be black mages that can equip the rods then. I mean, honestly, there isn't that many weapons that Balthier can equip. That's super disappointing that I got that then. What do we got? Inventory. Weapons. Cherry stuff. That's actually not that bad, honestly. Better than when I got equipped it. Awesome. Capella. Oh, wow. I wonder if you can equip it. He can't even equip the Capella. That is so bad. That is so bad. I'm so annoyed. Like, what are the odds you get 2 okayish weapons in a particularly good spot? Let's not put down that way. I think you actually end up over there. I'm pretty sure that is actually a bridge. Or no, it's not. It's oh shit. Note to self: don't let the percentage get too low, otherwise the bad guys start spawning. Okay, so I said I'd never got it this low, but then I was sort of AFK, not paying attention. Not so much AFK, but you get what I mean. I wasn't really paying attention. So we actually come back through that entrance later. It's not what I expected to have to go up against. I'm so glad Barsh found a good weapon, but damn it. Come on. How can it keep feeding on the conduit? There's no energy left. I don't think the developers intended you to actually have zero, or even get to the point where you have 0 charge. Okay, that's... Okay, come on, stop spawning zombies. Or skeletons, I should say. I'm pretty sure if we end up killing this thing, we just get 100 charge back. 40, okay, that's not real good. That's really bad. That is super bad. Like super duper bad. Oh wow. I probably shouldn't have been stuffing around. But yeah, no comment. No comment at all. I probably should need to save the game. But just because there's no downside to I just don't have enough for that. That's alright. That's alright, I'll go towards Battle Harness then. I probably should have gone a different route, but I won't get those spells for a long time. I won't get any of those spells for a long time. If that's the case, Battle Law. Or, you know what, we'll just increase the magic. Why not? There's no loss to that. And, way more HP. I approve of way more HP. Charm. If that's the case... Wow. She has a massive amount of HP now, that's awesome. That's really awesome. It's a bit weird how the charge doesn't stop going down. I'm sorry, it's weird that the charge stops going down, and yet we come up against this monstrosity. Because that's really what you want to see. The worst part is, I don't think there's that many mimics that actually spawned. So let's get the charge back. Mimic Queen casting Thunder? Really? I'm pretty sure they can handle it while I take care of the small fry. I know she keeps summoning them, which is sorta annoying, but not of Rust. That is so disappointing. Yeah, she does keep spawning them. I actually don't know what happens when the charge gets to 0 at this point, but I really don't want to find out. Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Oh wow, I managed to block it. Awesome. We're actually doing really, really well. Only because I know, not Bolt, the Barsh is stronger. Actually, does he know? He doesn't know any techniques. That's disappointing. Take on the tiny Mimic Barsh. I believe in you. I believe in you, buddy. He one-shotted. Oh, I should have been doing that from the start. I wonder why Vaughn's attack is lower than everybody else. We want to attack the battery mimic. I'm sort of trying to prevent the charge going down too far. I think I'm succeeding too. The thing is I don't have Libra equipped. Sorry, active or equipped on any of the party. Should I say equipped? I mean, you got the Libra Bangle, which does give you auto Libra. I know she doesn't have that much HP, and it's not like we're losing either, so I'm not too unhappy. Man, how are you doing so poorly? Oh, Vaughn, you're so bad. Actually, can I zoom out any further? You don't even get a good look at this boss. Take care of it, my good man. Thunder? Really? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try it out. I'm not gonna try Thunder. That is a... Oh, look at that. That's awesome. So that wasn't too bad either. I wonder what the penalty would have been for having 0 charge. I mean, if it was an automatic game over, I'd be pretty bitter.
To think Dalmascan air could taste so sweet.
Where are we? The Estes Sand, by the look of it. Let's back to Rabanasta before we shrivel up. By your leave, Captain.
Yes, the hour of my return is already over late. The people may hate me, but that does not free me of my charge.
So... we have to go back to Rabanasta, but we're not doing that, because that's too easy. We're going to talk to this guy. Yeah, look at that. He says, the whole entrance just caved in with a crash. Our boss is still inside. There's another entrance to Barheim round here somewhere, but the boss has the key. So we actually have to save their boss as part of a side quest. Well, we're going to do it because I want to do it. And it allows us early access to the passage. And that means we will be taking on Poison. I completely forgot about that. I mean, it was there all along. I know, I think it's Neckbeak? No, I think I'm wrong in the pronunciation of that, but it's a rare game that can spawn instead of the obvious chickens. Bloody wolves, man. They're not even giving good experience. What are they? Cockatrice. Look at that. Is that a alpha wolf? Did he just get one hit? No comment. No comment. Echo herbs. Easy as. Easy as. That's awesome. Really, really grand. Oh, look at that guy. Stuff that guy. So if you notice, the enemies are super weak here. Like, way weaker than what we fought in the Valheim Passage. Obviously, weak to thunder. Awesome. You can run into some pretty awesome items, like you do on the other side. Like you can actually just pick up like I think it's a Francesca. It's a what are they called? An axe. That's what it is. Just like in a chest on the beach. At least you couldn't in the original. I'm not 100% sure now. To the Moogle. This guy is going to be my BFF. Yes, I would like to buy a map. Yeah, look at that. Got a map. So we do have stuff to do up there, but we won't be doing it just yet. That would be a super bad idea. Unlucky Merchant. You have Blizzard. You know what, we'll buy it anyway. And that because I want some Phoenix Downs. And that wasn't any cheaper at all. Ugh. Nothing special here. Except for the save crystal. You can just teleport back if you wanted to. Which I'd like to do. But I feel as if that's the wrong thing to do in this episode. So to finish off this episode, I'm actually going to be equipping him with that. Giving you some more magic potency. Or actually, I think it might be wiser to give you the potential to get some better armor. I think I should have done that with Vaughn too, actually. I think... Oh, actually, no, he can actually get some better armor. Fran, on the other hand, I have not actually... There we go. And since I'm gonna just finish the board anyway, I might as well. Awesome. Awesome. Get rid of that. Equip the battle harness. I only like it because it raises the strength, even though I don't think the katana... Pretty sure the katana actually doesn't go off strength, if I'm not mistaken. Clan Primer. Arm myself. Piercing weapons. Nope. Magic weapons. Katana. Increases with magic power. So, increasing the strength will do absolutely nothing. Well, it won't. One trophy. That's amazing. Clever Gambit. And foes above. So that's just telling you about flying enemies that aren't affected by... That's actually... Okay. Flying foes aren't affected by swords and stuff. You can only be targeted by like guns and bow and arrows. And I think if you have like a crossbow and use Soul Stealer, I think that works as well. Oh, sorry, and poles. They made it so poles can do it in this version too. But Chocobo is going to be in the way the entire time. I think this will just have to be a fitting end. I managed to achieve what I wanted to, which was to get out of the Valheim Passage. And next episode, what are we doing next episode? We'll be going to, I think it's Bergerbra, and mess around in the mine. What I'll try and do is do some off-screen magic, power myself up a little bit, and see if we can actually beat Bergamin. Bergamin? Yeah, the green lizard thing you saw a few times in this episode, and decimate that guy. Because that would be a lot of fun. It shows you a different scene, because you can obviously trigger scene A or scene B, whether you run from him or he runs from you. So I'm gonna bail. I've had fun. I look forward to seeing the next one. Bye.